So, as we are recording this, President Trump is getting ready to announce two executive orders that are aimed at speeding up pipeline and other energy projects. And we're still waiting on the details. That's not public yet, but the basic idea is to streamline the permitting process and really open up the ability to create transport for natural gas and oil as well. And the main thing that's giving rise to this concern is, despite the fact that, we've seen like nationwide natural gas prices decline across a lot of the country, there's been a shortage of pipeline capacity in New England. And so we talked about this a few weeks ago, the way that because of New York barring the building of pipelines through the state, New England has seen higher prices and even in some places just a complete lack of supply of natural gas. And I think this is a welcome development. We'll see what the details are. But as part of the context, I was struck by there's a new working paper where the authors try to quantify the impact of higher energy costs on winter deaths. And so the title of the paper is Inexpensive Heating Reduces Winter Mortality. So that gives you an indication of what their conclusion is. But basically, they say that we can identify that higher heating prices in the winter do increase mortality. And the way they get to this conclusion is the fact that um, there are very big differences between different counties across the country in terms of whether they get their heat from electricity or from natural gas. And so you're able to compare the impact of the dramatic decline in natural gas prices over the last decade, and get some sense of what the causality is of lower prices and people living. And so their conclusion is that shale gas has driven a price decline leading to 11,000 fewer wintertime deaths per year. Now, take that exact figure with a grain of salt and the usual caveats, but the general point, I think, is like unquestionable. And so what that really means is that barring these pipeline projects like New York is doing is really preventing us from saving thousands and perhaps many more than that lives.
Yeah, I mean, one perspective is we talk about climate change all the time, and really what they're causing it by with lack of energy, you get negative indoor climate change because what we create through having a lot of energy is we create indoor climate stability. As we give ourselves a range of temperatures that we're very comfortable with. The more energy we have, the more capability we have to control our indoor climate, which is the climate that most of us live in 22 plus hours a day. I'm ironically, to some people, I probably spend more time outside than just about anybody. So for me, it might be 20 hours a day, but it's still a lot of time inside. And I can only do that because I live in a uniquely nice and warm outdoor climate. So you've got indoor, like, this is lack of energy causes truly destructive indoor climate change due to poverty, because we're changing from the unnaturally safe and stable indoor climate that we create to the naturally unstable and dangerous climate that nature gives us, that makes its way indoors very easily if we do not have a lot of energy. So I'm always just trying to give a humanistic perspective on everything, including climate, whereas we're often taught to think of climate as just this external, perfect, natural thing that we only need to worry about how we can negatively impact, versus no, this is something that we need to master. And energy is key to that mastery of natural climate danger. And then it's also key to the mastery of any added man made climate danger.